but they just want to show how smart they are and show you where they just have a better understanding than Jesus does. Okay? No, I trust Jesus. Jesus said the Father is the only true God. Case closed. That's it. Done. Thanks.
Thank you, Christian man, for that. Nizam, do you want to add anything else before we let Diego and Ridwan make their comments?
Yeah, I was just going to say I'm glad Chris agrees with the Unitarian interpretation of the Bible. Chris doesn't deny that the Bible presents Christ as a vessel or means by which God created the creation. The only real difference tends to be is whether Paul is speaking about the Genesis creation or whether Paul is speaking about this future new heavens and new earth. But at least we accept that Jesus is spoken about a vessel or means by which God creates, and he's not the creator with the definite article. So we agree with that. But the Bible doesn't agree with Trinitarians in that the Bible doesn't present Jesus as co-creator or co-equal to God, or that Jesus is the same substance or same nature as God. So the Unitarian position I find to be more accurate and more close, if not that being the actual position of Paul and some of the other writers. And in terms of the new creation, according to Paul or according to Colossians, this new creation is initiated, or it begins with Jesus being the firstborn of God's creation. So Jesus is the first one now resurrected in this new so basically the body of Jesus is not the same body that he had when he was in his earthly life, but Jesus is now transformed into this new spiritual heavenly body. And so Jesus begins or initiates this new creation through which God creates everything else. And biblically, all doesn't usually mean all in the absolute sense, but usually there's context. So like Eve, the wife of Adam, she's referred to as the living of all things, but obviously she's not she's referred to as the mother of all living things, but she's not the mother of Adam, for example, who came before her. So all doesn't always mean all in the absolute sense, but there's a context. So my understanding, 1 Corinthians 8 verse 6 is referring to this new heavens and new earth, and not necessarily to the Genesis creation.
Now, in terms of an objection, Chris, you need to highlight the specifics of the point Nizam made and also Christian man made, and then I'm going to give Diego a chance to make a case to back up.
You broke up a little bit, Mustafa. Can I respond to it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm just saying you go ahead and respond to Nizam and Christian man's point, and then
I'll make it fast. Yeah, in short, nowhere, which is one of the reasons I started from verse 1. I could have started from chapter 7 if I wanted to. It doesn't say anything about a new creation in this context. That's exactly why I read the preceding verses. The normal, almost default response when the Bible is super ultra clear about Jesus being a creator, the creator of all things, is to posit new creation. Huge problem in this chapter, because if that is the case, all the things you guys were saying about God the Father is now being only true or made true for the new creation. That means Jesus is not the creator of the new creation either, but you all just got done saying that he's the creator of the new creation, or we'll mostly see him. Got done saying that Jesus is the creator of the new creation. That doesn't work, because this context, chapter 8, says nothing about new creation. It's speaking about God the Father being different from all those other gods because he's the actual creator. There's only one creator. And so that's why he's saying God the Father is the only God the Father because he's the creator. And then what does he say about Jesus? He is also the only Lord because he's the only creator Lord. Creator God, creator Lord, basically saying God the Father created all things through his Son, which is the Word, as John 1 talks about.
So I just want to quickly highlight that point Chris has made mention, where he's making mention this is not mentioned as a new creation within the context. You just want to respond to that?
Yeah, so First Corinthians is not necessarily like about the new heavens and new earth, just like it's not necessarily about the Genesis creation. But basically, I'm taking that understanding from Colossians. So Paul's the author of Colossians. Then in Colossians, Paul basically uses the same